Alright, party people, what's up YouTube fam? This is Shakira and you're at Dark Angel's Journey. I do have a little music playing in the background just to keep me motivated. I'm not feeling like super hype today, but let's try and figure it out. Alright, so what are we trying to do? So what I'm trying to figure out right now is I'm trying to figure out some price action, entry, and exit stuff, right? So what I'm thinking about is trying to find scenarios where we can enter into a trade based off of the 50 and 200 on higher time frames potentially. Maybe using like, you know, the daily and then like say the 4 hour or the 1 hour for the entry, something like that. And then maybe using like, I don't know, the stock RSI or something. And then just making sure we check like support and resistance areas or trends or something, just to some kind of area of confluence to make it work. And then maybe setting up my Gantt chart or Gantt, whatever, wherever possible. I think what I'm going to end up doing is creating like a spreadsheet to track all the different results as I'm testing these different types of entries, and see which ones are pretty useful. Anyway, if that sounds like a good time, hang out, hit the like button, say what's up to Shakira. I'm still listening to some Tiwa Savage in the background, watching it, you know, video on the YouTubes. Trying to remember to drink the waters. Alright, without further ado, let's do it. Alright, so I'm just gonna grab a random coin, something I've never even remotely tried to trade. Hey, I've never tried Litecoin. Let's see what's up with that. Alright, let's set that to auto and let's put that to the daily. Let's see what kind of... Alright, so this thing's not been around for a long time, so I'm gonna just basically close my eyes. I'm gonna hit the replay button, close my eyes, and just randomly click somewhere. Alright, there we go. We've chopped things off. Alright, first things first, and I've got my little notes here. I'm going to follow it. So first things first to check for is we need to check the daily for trend direction, and then we need to go ahead and come in here and hook up or trend lines, horizontal, all that good stuff. And then what I'm looking to do is with the 50, the 200, and the 50, if it's in a proper downtrend, right, then I'm going to be looking for shorts mainly, right? So, all right, looks like we have a level here, and you know, I'm gonna put my glasses on because it's having a hard time seeing most of the stuff. Alright, so let's see if we got some good touches on that. So and actually I don't recall putting these on here, so let's take everything off. Let's make it clean just to get started, right? So maybe I have looked at it before but never traded it. So TradingView seems to have data since May of 2021, so of course came in and tanked. Wow, it did debut quite high, 391. Anyway, so and then it tanked and then some side movish stuff, and now we seem to be in a firm looking downtrend. Let's do that. And I think, you know, one piece of advice that I've gotten so far is, actually let me use this top one instead. Alright, and let's see, can I get more with that guy? Let's see, that one, if I use that guy, that's one touch there, and then some mess about, and then maybe a touch there. We'll see. Alright, let's see if we have any horizontal supports. Maybe, let's see, we got a level, well, it looks like something here. Let's mark that off, and then looks like something about here maybe. I'm doing this right. mark that one off for now. And then, let's see. Oh, oops, clicking on there. Doing these levels can be, I know guys, sometimes this can be really tedious, but you gotta do it, right? So you have places of high level, good high level trends. I'm just gonna mark these out. So daily downward on the white, and let's make that white, and let's put that at the top of the right, the bottom there. And then I'm just gonna add just daily on these. I'm just gonna copy this. Oops, did I get it? Yeah. Just drop that in there. Oops. Oh. Trying to see if I can do this while listening to proper music. I tried it the other time. Wasn't too bad. All right, so now that we've got that, so the current daily trend is it's a downtrend. So let's see if it hits what essentially looks like. And let's double check this bottom one. 1 touch, 2 touch, and a bunch of touches over here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yep, bunch of confirmations. A good little level. Now remember, like these trends can basically be turned into zones, right? The prices like to push through and come back into them, etc., etc. All right, so we're gonna try to see how we can trade this on the daily. I'm gonna dip into the 4-hour first, see if I see anything juicy, and I'm gonna add back my higher, medium, and moving averages. So I'm using the 200 and the 50. So what I'm thinking here is, and I'll make a quick note so you guys can see it. So first things first, confirm high level trend, right? Downtrend. And then for 50 and 200 for short, 200, I should say 50 must be below the 200, and price must be below 50. That's what I'm thinking to myself for now. Then what else? We need to confirm some kind of entry, you know, some kind of, I don't know, some kind of price action, you know, based off of the trend, whatever, and we'll adjust the notes. Just want to remember what the heck I'm doing, right? So we had, so what do we have right now? We had the 200, it's on a basic a downtrend still, and then the 50 was coming down and it's turning down, so definitely a good idea for a short. What's fascinating is that we have this level that we've just marked off, that it just kind of busted through, and then this downtrend, which it also looks like a bit of a fake out, and then it's coming back into it. So the question is, we need to see if we've got a rejection from both these areas. So this looks like a good spot for a short, because we have this resistance right here, we have this downtrend. So this is on 4 hours, so we gotta like, and is there anything to the left that would pull the price? And I think there's nothing else. I think it's like just free air below here. There's nothing based on the current price action. So honestly, this is all new territory for this thing, right? So what I'm thinking to myself, we've got 250, and price seems to be coiling back up to this area here. So what I want to see is a rejection, a nice red candle. Maybe if we can see some kind of candlestick pattern or something, that would also be of a good confirmation. Then that would make me very happy. All right, so let's let that play out a little bit more. All right, okay, so I want to know if it's going to break back into it. All right, so looks like we have, I guess it's sort of a bearish candle, a bearish pattern here. I always forget what it's called. Hang on, let me just double check it real quick. I think it's not the morning star, I think it's the evening star pattern, where we have a green candle, an indecision candle in the middle, and then a red candle, and it basically is saying, yeah, it is the evening star. It shows the buyers are in control on the first candle in the green, and on the second candle there's indecision, so nobody won the battle, and on the third the sellers won and the price closes lower. All right, so that's what we saw here, and so that's what we're seeing here in these two candles. Indecision, bears took over, and we have 2 points here. This is kind of fun. So I would say at the close of this candle, I want to enter into a short. Oh, another thing that I think I want to also drop in here and check. Let's put the RSI, stochastic RSI. Let's see. Now there's like there's a TDI version of it that's down here that I got from Traders Reality, and I don't know if this is the version that I want to use. I guess I need to compare it to just plain stochastic, and honestly I don't even know if I want to use any of those things at all either. So let me adjust this base stochastic, and I mostly just want to know if it's let's see, 80 for the upper, 20. So I just want to see the bands. So 18, 22 for smoothing. I'm gonna leave those alone. I just want to see the 2 bands, and I'm gonna take those out and take out the background. So a lot of folks say, all right, I feel like, you know what, let's keep it simple. Let's just use the stochastic as is. I've set it to 80 for, what is that? Oversold or overbought. I always mess it up. Oversold, whatever. Point is, I need to see a nice crick down here. I'll see if I even like what I'm seeing on it. In the meantime, if I look at it and see some confluence, whoopsie, let's take that off. If I see some confluence with it. So what I'm thinking here is we're below the 50. Oh, it's still going. We're below the 50, we're below the 200, we're in a downtrend. I might go into the 1 hour here just to see if there's anything juicy that might, you know, explain some stuff. So on the 4 we have the evening star, and the 1 hour, this is what it looks like. How fascinating, right? Struggling, and then bam, back down under. And then what is that? That's like a bearish, I always forget what that freaking candle is. It's not a hammer. I guess it's the bearish version of the hammer. That's called something else too. Let me check. Eventually one day, guys, I'm gonna know what the heck it is I'm looking for. Oh, it's like the morning star but red. I don't know if does it still make it a hammer if it's red and sticking down? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments, okay? All right. So it looks like on the 1 hour, price is struggling at the 50, still coming down. So I'm gonna go back up to the 4 hours. It's just to see what's happening. And that candle, yeah. So let me see if I see something else juicy. Let's let it play out for a little second. I'm always so hesitant. Bam. Oh, so so what that's telling me is that once I get my confirmation of that red candle, I should have just entered into my short position at the next candle open, is what that tells me. You know, hindsight and all that jazz, and then set my stop loss up here. Now I'm still using the ATR for the stop loss, right? Oops, wrong thing. Added the wrong thing. Let's take that off. I'm not dealing with anything here. And it looks like at this point, when this candle, the ATR was at 2.59, looks like. And this is it's 104.04, so what's that, 106.60? So approximately, let's put it up to that. Make allow for your stop loss up here. That's close enough. All right, and then anything juicy as a target. So we have these lower areas here, we have this imbalance here. So I'm gonna aim for, let's see, what's that, 6.99 for the imbalance. I'm looking at this as like my first take profit and then see what happens, and then aim for this area down here since we obviously have come down to that area. So take some profit here at this imbalance, and then a little more down here where they've wicked out. All right, let's see if that would play out. All right, let's press play. Oh, hello. Oh, that's that first take profit area. The imbalance just got hit. Okay, so we just made a higher low. You're gonna come all the way back down, struggling along this area. Almost stopped me out, and boom, stopped out. All right, so isn't that fun? All right, so what that's telling me is the imbalance is the best area to try and take profit. So wasn't that fun? Oh my god, that worked out really well though, huh? These are like optimal entry areas. What do you guys think? Right? Yeah, you know, an area where we've hit two really strong supports, both daily. One got broken, and then once we got confirmation that it's, you know, we'll close below it, take the short, and then, you know, our stop loss doesn't have to be too crazy, it's 3%. And then, like I said, I was going to take profit at this imbalance, and of course I'm not crazy. Once this thing got broken, I'll just exit out. But so survey says, like, moving forward, I'll just set my take profits to the imbalance below instead. All right, cool. So that's one. Let's go pick a different random coin again. Let's just scroll down. What is this? I don't even know what that is. OPT, blah, 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 whatever. So I didn't even bother to look at the stochastic there, so I'm just gonna leave the ATR. All right, let's go back and do the usual, and let's close that. Just do 2 tests here. And this thing hasn't been around for very long, so again, I'm just gonna hit the replay, close my eyes, and press the button. Okay, all right. So, when did you start? January? Wow, you're also new. I don't know what this is. I'm jamming out with this music. All right, so looks like we're in a downturn. Looks like it's coming down to recover this imbalance, and it's now below. On the 1 day, it's below the 50. It hasn't been around long enough for 200 days, I guess. All right, so in this case, let's make some quick notes here. What are we seeing? All right, strong downtrend. So we're gonna look for some shorts and under 50. Coin is new. So we don't have 200 days yet. All right. So that also means we don't really have any real levels to play with, not really. So let's mark off what we can see. Let's try this one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Yep, that one's good. And it struggled a little bit here, so let's get what we can get. Let's pop that down. Yeah, 1, 2, almost, and then false break, click back down. All right, cool. Those are all I got. So we have a point of targets. Let's head down to the 4-hour. I think I like this higher time frame trading. It's a little bit more secure, I think. What do you guys think? All right, let's see if we can get some kind of trend line coming down. I'm jamming up in here, y'all. I don't know if you can hear that music playing in the background. All right, do we have something we can play with? Let's go with that. 2 touches so far. Let's see, can we extend this up to here? And I'm gonna turn this off so I can see the top of this thing. I overshot it a smidge. I know this part's tedious, guys, but we gotta do it. All right, so with that guy, we have that touch, and then that roll through. Is there anything else juicier? Ah, yeah, that's nice. So that touch, that touch, that touch, that touch. That's a nice one. And as usual, let's add daily downtrend to that. And looks like on the 4 hour we have the 200 day. Oh, it looks like it just crossed over the 50 on the 4 hours. Nice. We haven't had 200 days, but from the 4 hour time frame we can have the 200. That makes sense. All right, so what do we have? Let's mark out our imbalances, areas of interest for it to come back in. How funny that it's at our level. How fun. All right, so let's make an imbalance right there. And I would assume, given that this is a bit of a break too. How fascinating. So this is like actually let me put that back on. And let me adjust the time frame, let's say like 60 days, so we can get some higher low stuff. Let's see if, yes, perfect. Oops, go back to that. So what were we looking at before? We got the original stuff, and then low, higher low. Then it's a big break, and it just kept going higher. It's just parabolic right there. It's crazy. So would we consider this some kind of breaker structure to continue up? I mean, we're technically still at the low, higher lows. It's a potential for an entry to go long, but we are in a downtrend, so I don't know if I feel super comfy about that. All right, but it looks like price is making lower lows and coiling back up to our downtrend here. So, and 200's above it, 50 is sharp downtrend. Ugh, these altcoins are scary, y'all. All right, so what I'm thinking is this, right? I'm thinking maybe take a short at the next touch of this thing. Let's do this and press play and see if it's gonna come back in. It looks like it's doing a little mini consolidation on the 4 hours, and then it's all right. It's made like what looks like a higher low, tried to pop back up. The sellers are like hell no, or heck no, whatever. And these lower lows are coming up closer, so we're losing steam on the downtrend. So I don't know. I want to see what happens out here, and if there's another rejection off of it, and then we can enter into some kind of a short. And they've already recovered that. There's still all of this to eat. There's a little bit of that right there. So I'm still looking for a short from here. I'm looking for a rejection off of the 50. Okay, let's see. Let's let it play out a little more. Okay, I want to see some sort of candlestick pattern or something to help me feel like, yes, this is where it's at. All right, so we've gone back up. We've hit another lower high. All right, so here's what's fun about this right here, I think, and I hope I feel this way. These lower highs are almost the same. This looks like a liquidity hunt right here. So what I'm waiting for now is the 50 trying to turn a little bit, and look at this 200. It's flattening out. Oh, it's turning, but I don't know. It's kind of, this stuff's hard to work through, guys, sometimes. But let me pull this down again, make some more. Did I mess with it? It's still touching. Okay. So I'm looking for a closure from here, and then I want to enter. I just don't know if there's going to be a false break or something. But if I see some sort of confirmation and the price drives above the 50, then I'm not doing anything because, oh, well, look, it did. Dang. So I refuse to enter into any trade until I see some confirmation below the 50. So this is not looking promising for me, and I'm trying to find a good, you know, the market's in a downtrend. I wanna go for a short. So now what I need is two things since we're above this downtrend area. Is I needed to drop below the 50, and then I need to drop below this downtrend. The concern with entering a trade right now is because there is resistance right here, so it might consolidate, it might find support here, and then continue along. So we just gotta watch price. Man, this will take a while, especially on these higher time frames to find that perfect entry. But look, it's literally dumping down. Hold on, before it does all of that. Let's draw this out some more. Make sure I'm still getting all of the good touches. Alright. So we had lower high, we made a high here, which is a break of structure, right? So here's a thought. So, and not every single break of structure works, right? So that's the break. Let's zoom in. That's not perfect. And it broke it strongly here, meandered here. So this red candle right here is my order block. So let's call that, this is my order block. And what is that for? It's for climbing, right? So if price comes back in here, and I don't trust this one because it's too small, it's not super juicy, but it is on the 4 hour. It might even look better on the 1 hour. Let's see. Higher, low, higher, high. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best, it's not the worst, it's okay. But, you know, if price wants to plot back into here, and it's already kind of pushed through, so it might not be useful at all. These imbalances are eaten, so it might not be useful. But I'll put it in there as an option. So let's go back to our 4 hour actual trading area and zoom back in. Try and keep the high level trend in mind. So now look, it's coming down into this imbalance. Looks like it wants to eat it, so it might just eat it as it comes down, this whole thing. Interesting. So maybe once it hits it, and then we're coming up on another area here of support on the daily, maybe once it hits that, and maybe it breaks below it, and we see another confluence area here, then we can take a short from there. We got juicy imbalances at the bottom here, so there's, that one's taken. This one, on the other hand, is still available as a target. Just add that there, and let's plop that over, and it's of course at another support area, so that's fun. All right, let's let this play out a little bit more. So what I'm looking for a short is confirmation of a red candle closing under here with the 50, of course, and you know, whatever. So I'm just gonna plot this here as like a test area, whatever, with this as my target. Something like that is what I'm looking for. So let's see how this plays out. All right, so, and of course, if this finds support at this downtrend, you know, above it, so might be looking for a long instead, but I'm really short biased. It's very sharp, but yeah, it's just, yeah, coiling down to make ourselves a let me speed it up a little bit so you guys don't have to wait like 10 years for this. Oh wait, so it's come back up into my order block. Interesting. Now if I'm thinking about anything, let's say if it's up in my order block, there's an imbalance up here. The question is, but it's above the 50 and I'm looking for shorts in a downtrend, so I don't know. Let's see how this plays out, because it's already eaten a quarter of it. Alright, so coming down up. Juicy. I don't know, is it juicy? Let's zoom in. Let's watch this insanity here. We still haven't entered into the, like, what we're waiting for hasn't happened yet. It looks like a liquidity hunt right there. They're, you know, swing failure. They haven't crossed. Been able to get past it. Lower high. Still in the order block. Oh, come up to the 200. Oh, guys. Huh, fascinating. That order block actually did work, you know, for a long, at least back up to the 200. It's not very far though. Let's measure that. So if you know, halfway through the order block to the 200, it's 12.68%. It's not bad. You would have made it. You'd have been looking for, honestly, with something like this, you'd have had to go into like the 1 hour or 30 minutes, let's say 30 minutes, to look for a another break as your entry, right? So this guy made the order block, we came back up into it, then you're looking for another break in here as your entry point. So this was like your lowest low. Here's your break, and it's a pretty strong one, honestly. So you could have had like a smaller MSB here with that break, and then this meandered a bit, but this red candle right here would have been like your entry area for it, for the long. Oh man, look at how that worked out. How fascinating. And you could have entered like in the middle of this and then just let it ride up to the 200. Let's see, scroll down, at least the 200 on a 4 hour, and with that entry you would have made, let's check this thing, you'd have made 18%. Hey, market structure, breakup structure, all that stuff appears to work really well. I just didn't really trust it because, you know, I'm on a downtrend. But let's see if what I'm actually looking for will work, right? So let's press play. And this video is going to be pretty long, but backtesting takes time, y'all, so. Alright, let's see. So now we're below the 200. 50's coiling up. I needed to close below that strongly. So right now it's meandering about. 50's coiling up. Looks like it wants to go meet the 200. Alright, let's pause here. So red candle. This one closed below the 50. Is there anything else to help us with this entry? What do we have? We could potentially take a short from here into this imbalance, which they've barely touched. Let me coil it down a little bit just so we know how much is left. Not much is left. So this is still a lot. And then we have this area here that we're working towards. So, but on the other hand, we're making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And the 200's coming and the 50 looks like it's flattening out. It's a little rough. All right, let's say we did it. Let's say we did it. What do we have as like, let's say we did it and we open on the next candle. Not this one, but the next candle. Is there, and I would use like this. Actually, let's see. It's above the 200. Ugh, that's a lot. I probably wouldn't do that. That's crazy. And then set this area, this imbalance, like 3/4 of the imbalance as my thing. That's 23%. And because I'm not sure about this one, let's make the stop like above this little area right here. And let's see where the ATR is 0.0403. And this is 1.783. Let's grab the calculator for a sec here. So let's see. Crux of this area is 1.1835, 1.1835 plus the ATR of 0.043, 0.0403. Okay, that's 1.2238 as the stop loss. 1.2238. Alright, close enough. So that's 7% with the hopes for a 23% gain. Alright, let's see if we can open up on the next calendar and see how that plays out. Alright, so survey says bad idea. Yeah, I was a little nervous about that for sure. So we got stuck. Oh, but look how nice that worked out from the 200. So I guess the thing to note is, like, if it's coiling up towards the 200, it's probably a good idea to let it get there and then, you know, get a low below it. Yeah. So, yeah, looks like the prepper has got a low here. Still coiling up. Wow. Guys, that first order block was the bomb. Look at that price action. All right. Wow. Okay. So, my lower low, my higher low, this order block worked out really well. I guess maybe there's something with the sharpness of the drop too. It's very sharp. And it's still really new, so we have a lot to work with. So maybe I should have just trusted the order block, which obviously worked relatively well going up to the 200. But it continued working really well even after that. So just got to keep practicing, y'all. Anyway, I'm going to end this one because I don't want it to make it too long. I'm sure it's already pretty long. But it's okay. We are on a journey here. It's not gonna happen overnight, but what have we learned? Quick recap. So, you know, this might work eventually, you know, but I didn't have, like, I just had assumptions that I was working towards. It came down, did this, blah, blah, blah. But think about it, right? This broke above this daily trend line and settled above it and stayed. So now it looks like we're in a new, what looks to be like a sideways trend, right? And we gotta trust that if it's broken, if the trend line is broken in the opposite side, then maybe my thinking needs to change, which is what I wasn't trying to change for this particular test. So, but you know, the break happened, we got the high. This market structure break worked it worked beautifully. It did, and that's the one I should have been paying more attention to. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna end it there for today. Hey, I just wanted to, I think I'm just gonna end it there for today for now. But I hope this is helpful. I feel like, you know, the conclusion here is simple. Like, pay attention to your trends. You know, if you've got a sharp downtrend and it's broken above it, you got to adjust your thinking. And that's what I'm not really doing well, is adjusting my thinking about how it's supposed to go. Hey, something to work towards, right? But, you know, as I'm testing these and showing you what I'm testing, obviously, you know, no one's going to be right all the time. And we did mark out the market structure, and that worked out really well, and maybe we should have trusted that once we saw the confluences around it. And we went into the lower time frames, in this case the 30-minute, to find another potential break for an entry, and we actually got one. This lowest low area here, let's see, that's the initial, yeah. So they coiled back up, and then we were waiting for another break, and we got this one right here, and we got our entry area, and like magic, price came back to it. How fascinating. And then off to the races. So imagine if we just been willing to follow what price was saying, entered in the middle of that, set our stop loss somewhere below here with an ATR with, you know, the 200 as a target. You know, it's a quick 4% on that guy, or like the entire order block as a thing too. Actually, you could have just gone up to the top of that, since we've been oscillating up and down. If you had some imbalances up here to play with. Do we have an imbalance up here? Yeah, we did. Oh, look at that. Juicy imbalance got eaten right there. That would have been a good target for 12% right there. Alright guys, I'm gonna keep practicing, but I'll end this vid. As you see, I'm struggling like everybody else to work out my process, so just gotta do what we gotta do. We just gotta fight with it until we feel comfortable, and then start popping in. Take small losses, bigger wins, and slowly work through it. Alright guys, so that's it for me. If you feel free to drop any comments you might have on, you know, what my thoughts and what I was doing, and if you think there are areas where there might have been a better, you know, potential that I missed or anything, or just, you know, just want to shoot the breeze and just be like, what's up, Shakira, where are your anime shirts? Ah! You know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Monday. Oh my god, it's Monday. Love you all. Shakira.